Yeah, what's poppin', guys? You got your Bluenote here. Welcome to another video. So for this video, got the Shadowcraft, Bloodcraft, and Hatecraft card reveals, or card reviews, I'm sorry. So, right at the bat, like, I don't really know how, because I'm obviously like recording this at the same time, but I don't really know like how you guys like to like the first part of reviews, but I'm gonna try to like for this one. No, not really speed this one. I'm just gonna try to like more succinct, like I was kind of like the last one. So I'm not like talking too long. Right, so first, oh, okay, never mind, bad. First, Mordecai, Eternal Duelist. Mordecai is a 10 mana 7/7. Vampire Necromancy 6, evolve this follower if it was summoned using reanimate as well. Last words, summon an unevolved Mordecai, Eternal Duelist. So this card is really, really cool. Now, it's really cool, but it's also like kind of, it's cool, but it doesn't actually fix, well, it fixes part of the problem with reanimate, but it doesn't actually fix the other issue that I have with reanimate, but I'll talk about that as you're going. This card is one of those cards that you're going to always want to reanimate, but you're never going to want to play it by itself. You're going to always want to cheat it into play. Either with either like so Death Free Life, or like say Ceradoin Eternity Hunter, or say Death Dragon Caller. One of those cards you're never gonna want to play this card because it's 10 mana. It's 10 mana for an effect, so you get like a bitch, right? It's good. Now for the actual card itself, like again, like I said, this card is definitely a big bitch that will like that when you do cheat it into play, which can happen as early as turn 7, as early as turn 8. That's very disgusting, right? Like it's essentially a 14/14 in stats because that's 2 bodies, right? There's 2 bodies. It can't and you have to kill it in very specific ways. Like you either have to kill it twice, which is a very hard ask, or you have to banish it. You might not have enough banishes because like I guarantee the reanimate deck, or at least the greedy reanimate decks, they have more reanimates than you have banishes, right? Most times you're gonna have to kill this like. And when you don't kill this, you're gonna be very upset because you're gonna eat a lot of damage. It's like you might not have Zeus in the format anymore, right? But this guy's still like each time he hits you, that's 1/3 of HP just gone, just gone. Remember, reanimate decks also play Aisha as well, so you could very easily just like fuck around, not kill this guy, and then like take 17 damage next turn. That's not a good feeling at all. But yeah, card is good. I definitely think this card will like see play. Next card. Fairy, Spirit Maiden. So, Vampire, if this is your 10th turn or later, perform Burial Rite twice. If you can perform the Burial Rite twice, give all other allied followers the ability to attack 3 times until the end of your turn. So this card is one of those. Actually, give me 1 second. Like, I thought for a second I was gonna be feeling the song, and I was not feeling the song at all. There we go. Much better. Okay then. So this card is like it's a good punish card for your opponent can't clear Mordecai, because if they can't clear Mordecai and then you play this card, boom, your opponent's probably dead. Like, cause that's 21 damage. 21 damage, like that's a lot of damage. It's a lot of fucking damage. So the other thing about this card I think is that the other thing about this card is that this card is like really greedy. This card is like Aria, and that being like a very greedy cheese card that kind of has no other usage outside of being a cheese card or being a card that you play on like on turn 2 or whatever, like when you can't cheese, right? It's like alright, but it's not great. I would have preferred for this card to have like had some utility pre-10, but it does not. So yikes. Like you don't even get to perform the Burial Rite at all. Like unless you're exactly on the turn 10. Like if it said like Fanfare Burial Rite 1 or whatever, that'd be like alright. Maybe kind of shitty, but it'd still be better than what we have here. Yeah, not really sold on this card. This card does not do what I wanted it to do for a Burial Rite or Reanimate type deck. Next card is Plague City. Plague City is Fanfare. 7 mana Amulet Fanfare. Transform all followers. I'm sorry, not just allied followers. All followers in play into zombies. Whenever a follower comes into play, if it's not a zombie, transform it into a zombie. So essentially, when this card is played, this card essentially becomes like a prison type card, a very like permission style sort of card. Like this card by itself, it does a number of things for you. It makes it so that both players are on like equal footing. And that like neither one of you can play anything better than a zombie while this card is active. because you get to choose when you get to play, you as the caster have a little bit more control. Like for example, if for some reason you have like more creatures than your opponent tries to go tall with like one creature, like maybe they say play like a B&B, right? Then you play this card. Not only do you get to hose their B&B, they can't play another B&B until this card is gone. And if you have more creatures in play than them, you get to dictate like what's happening, right? What's happening on the board, who's making trades, what's happening, things like that. Additionally, if you're playing Bikatha, that means like now, if for some reason they like play like zombies or whatever like next turn, and you go ahead and play Bikatha, go ahead and like buff your board. Well, guaranteed win the board because you now have 3-1. You now have 3-3s that get traded to their 2-2s with like value traits and things like that, which is like very cute, very cute, very very strong. The other thing, this card single-handedly beats every single Storm finisher in the game, and it's a very good like for like 8 kind of card. So because like play Limworm. Oh, well, your Limworm is now 2-2 zombie. You play Aisha, same thing, 2-2 zombie. You play, I don't know, like say Beatrix, 2-2 zombie, things like that. So very very cool card. I like it a lot. I definitely think that this would be like a very good tech card. It's not a card that like makes its own deck. It's just a solid tech card for like when the Shadow finds something that'd be like one of like anti-meta versus. So very very good anti-meta card. Next card, Fiendish Wraith Knight. Fiendish Wraith Knight is a 3-mana 2/1, evolves into a 4/3. Fanfare, gain last word, summon a Fiendish Wraith Knight. This is already really cool by itself. It's like a 3-mana 4/2. But you get like 2 bodies. That's kind of nice. The thing that hurts this though is that has 1 HP. Having 1 HP is bad because it means that like the classes that play Paradise Vanguard are gonna hose you. So like for example, Blood plays Paradise Vanguard. Sometimes Warcraft plays Paradise Vanguard. Neutral Force plays Paradise Vanguard, so on and so forth. So those decks, so you're gonna feel bad versus like those decks. You're also gonna feel bad versus Portal as well as Haven as well. But when you're not versus like decks like that, this card will be pretty good. It's just like kind of sticky. It's like, and then like its Vampire Enhanced vibe is last words gain. Sorry, is gain last words deal 3 damage to a random enemy followers. I'm not actually sure if this last word sticks on the original Fiendish Wraith Knight. What if it does? That's really cool, because it means they can like play this to try to like, beat out PDK. That's really nice. I like that a lot. But yeah, like so this card is one of those cards like I'll probably like want to see him play first before I like make a proper evaluation. But for like what I'm seeing right now, like I definitely think this card's like is pretty solid. Next card, Stygian Warden. Stygian Warden is a 4-mana 2/3, evolves into a 4/5. Infer Burial Rite, destroy random enemy follower. So this guy is basically like it's like Necro Assassin, but like for Burial Rite. This is like really cool, I think. So because like it gives Burial Rite decks or decks that are like playing Reanimate a very nice tool in the mid game to go ahead and get rid of creatures. Now one like slight thing about this card is that like it has some trade-offs with that Necro Assassin, and that unlike Necro Assassin, you do not need to have a creature in play first, but also, unlike Necro Assassin, you will not be able to trigger the last words of a synergistic creature. Like, so for example, if you like dump an Andre Alphys, right, you won't get to draw a card. You'll like just like a 1-for-1. The card's still very powerful, just because like it gives you another very nice like Burial Rite outlet. It's just this also on like a later turn, so you can always just kind of like maybe say like 4 or 6 or something like that. Maybe even 7 just to set for like a revive on like 8. Like not bad. Soul Conversion. So I was already set for like the Fate Sand reprint or whatever. Soul Conversion is just one of those cards. Well, in the case of Soul Conversion in particular, Soul Conversion is one of those cards like it fits the thematic of what like black or I say black, what like Shadowcraft based decks and like other CCGs do, or other CCGs or TCGs do. Like it's just a nice card. Like it's one of those cards like I definitely felt like it was strong enough that should have been a basic, but obviously it would be too good if it was a basic. So I don't mind if they just like print it like this every now and then. The card's alright though, and it will not be the reason why a deck is broken. It will be one of the good things about a deck, but it'll never be the reason why a deck is broken. So. Fran, Monster Girl. So Fran, Monster Girl is 3-mana 0/1, evolves into a 2/3. For choose, put either Fran's Attendant or Fran's Curse into your hand, and then Fanfare Enhanced 7, put both into your hand instead. So the Attendant is a 0-cost 3/2. This is kind of nice. It's a 0-cost that like in a pinch you can go ahead and use like for like Soul Conversion things. or to like build shadows and pinch to like fulfill like some kind of like necromancy card. It also has necromancy of its own. Necromancy 6, gain +2/+2 in rush. Basically, if you can go ahead and like play this for the necromancy cost, it's like really good because if you get a 0 mana 5/4, that can be a 7/6. That's strong. Brand's Curse is a 0 mana deal 4 to an ally follower and an enemy follower. This basically is just a way to like, it's like a Tross Curse sort of, but like not as good as Tross Curse. Like Tross Curse for 2 mana can kill anything. This girl for 0 mana can kill like small things. So it's like kind of cool. Has some like nice synergies there. Like for example, you can play this and then play like Hell's Unleashed or whatever like next turn to like pop that. And that's kind of cool. But you have to remember that like Fran by herself is a 0/1. It's a 0/1. She can't make trades. Like she literally dies to every other unit in the meta game. That's bad. It's kind of bad. So a lot of times you're gonna want to be the opposite the drawback of playing her. Like to say things like say Neater or Soul Conversion or the Fran's Curse. But if you don't have those, then you feel very, very bad about playing this card. So it does make you jump a lot of hoops in order to get the effect off. But the card is definitely a very, very interesting card. But like you probably have to play with it first in order to like get the proper evaluation on the card. Next card, Lady Grey Deathweaver. Lady Grey is a 2 mana 1/3, falls into a 3/5. It has Drain. It's already really good. And then of course its evolve effect is Evolve Reanimate 2. That's a very, very powerful effect. This card is this card single-handedly jumped up being like one of the strongest 2 drops in the meta game. The reason it's so strong though, right, is because like if you have say like a Belvis die or maybe like say like I don't know a random 2/2 die, right? Then you go ahead and like revive this on 4, maybe 5. You then get to go ahead and get a 3/5, 2/2, and then whatever else you want to do with your 2 mana, right? So if you want to say I don't know play like another 2/2, you get to go ahead and get 7/9 of stats in like 1 turn, right? It's crazy. On turn 4, like it's a very, very good card for helping get onto the board and stay on the board really, really quickly. Not bad at all. Oh, it also has Drain. Having heal on a very like small creature is very, very nice. Next card is Melancholic Medium. Melancholic Medium is a 5 mana 4/4. Sorry, but Melancholic Medium is where was I? 5 mana 4/4, accelerate 1, summon a ghost, and then fanfare summon a ghost. So card's alright. I don't really like it that much. The accelerate part though is kind of nice, just because it's a way to like make a shadow in a pinch. But I don't know. I like the 5 mana cost version the 5 mana portion of shadow has always been like kind of awkward. Like I think like the only real good like 5 class that they have is like Aisha, well, at a time or once upon a time Cerberus, Dark Blade Fiend, and that was about it. So this card does not hit the benchmark being good enough to play it over Blade Fiend. So yikes. Next card, Sarunan Cursebound Lover. Sarunan is a 2 mana 2/2, evolves into a 4/4. Fanfare Necromancy 6. It's basically a silence for 6 mana, or for 6 Necro. So this card is really good in Arcus Shadow guaranteed, because you get to go ahead and like silence the ward and go ahead and like get 2 ghosts and then smash them in the face for a bunch of damage. Outside of Arcus Shadow, how good this card is will like remain to be seen. Like for example, I think it's personally pretty good. Like for example, in if like Reanimate Shadow Wars become a thing, so you know it's just like Reanimate Mirrors. This card would be good in shutting down opposing Mordecai, so this way you can kill them with your own Mordecai. Like to illustrate an example, either like say 10 mana or so. So obviously like only like once you get 10 mana, so that's the only time you can like play up Mordecai's, or you can like play a Mordecai with this card. So you go ahead and play this out, silence Mordecai, then you go ahead and you like revive Mordecai, kill their Mordecai, but your Mordecai stays in play, right? Good stuff. This card just has a lot of like, anecdotal usages, and that's like kind of cool. Very interesting skill cap card. Next card, Golden Casket. Golden Casket is a 2 mana amulet. If you have at least 5 play points, choose play this card as either a Profane Resurrection or a Fabled Treasure. And otherwise, if you just like play this card as is. When an allied follower is destroyed, destroy this amulet. Last words, summon a zombie. So this card is not bad. Well, let's go ahead and just talk about its like form. So base form is like really good. Like it's just 2 mana. It's 2 mana amulet to get a zombie. That's cool. The Profane Resurrection is 5 mana. When an allied follower is destroyed, destroys this amulet. Last word, summon a lich and a zombie. This card is crazy. I like this. I like this version a lot. Because you pay 5 mana to get 6/6 of stats. One is a lich, one is a zombie. Now at the moment there aren't really like anything to like make you go, oh well like what kind of token is it? Why does it matter? But just being able to get a lich and get a zombie is like really strong. The second form is the Fabled Treasure. Fabled Treasure is when an allied follower is destroyed, destroys the amulet. Last words, draw 2 cards, destroy 2 defense to your leader, and then gain 2 shadows. This is very strong like card that like helps you dig, helps you heal for a little bit if you need it. We play this version though? I don't really think so. Like if you're in a pinch, maybe yeah you'll play this, but like if you play this one, you'll probably never play it on 5. You'll probably play it on like 8 or like 9 maybe. Yeah, like this card is not bad at all. It has some interesting like usages. Like say for example, like say Lord Death Skull. That's pretty good. What else can I say about this card? There's not really much else to say. Like I just like the card a lot. Okay, now we're on to Blood. So for Blood, this is like their second legendary. This card's name is literally Person. So yeah, Person. It's a 10 mana 6/6. This is actually I think Bloodcrest's first 10 mana legendary. It evolves into an 8/8, and this card has Accelerate 9. Destroy all allied followers and amulets. For each card destroyed, put a random follower that costs more than the destroyed card from your deck into play. This card is basically Jabberwock, except amusingly enough, this card is Jabberwock, but has a lot of like trade-offs and trade-ups than Jabberwock does. So one of the key issues with Jabberwock is that the question was, oh, well, how often did I one of the questions, oops. One of the questions with Jabberwock was like, how often did you have a creature in play, right? Well, this card doesn't need creatures. This card can use amulets, of which Bloodcraft plays a not small amount of. However, unlike Jabberwock was in Dragon, and Dragon historically has a lot of like Storm cards. This card does not. Like at the moment, as far as damage goes, in rotation at least, the only cards they can pull off from Person to go ahead and get you Storm or get you damage in some way, shape, or form are literally other copies of Person or Spawn of the Abyss, as well as Soul Dominator, and that's it. That's not a good list to pick from, especially because like one of those cards is not like the other, and that of the Soul Dominator, which you'll probably not play in a Person deck. Like Soul Dominator requires its own like separate sort of thing to be played, so yikes. However, that being said though, Person is both good to play and also good to accelerate. Obviously speaking, when you accelerate, you will not get a copy of Person, but you will be able to get like say things like Spawn of the Abyss and whatnot. And this card is just one of those cards like for people who play Jabberwock, you'll play this card. Now I know some people are immediately thinking, oh well, Jabberwock never stopped playing, right? Nope, you're actually hilariously mistaken about that. So when PDK first showed up on the scene, people were actually playing PDK Jabberwock. And like since then, people every now and then they do play like Jabberwock based decks. Just like Jabberwock is one of those things like when you get hit by Jabberwock, you feel a certain type of way, right? You feel a certain type of way. You probably, which is usually very, very upset, but it's also a very satisfying thing to do to someone. And I suspect that a lot of people who played that deck, but maybe had like some like slight issues with it, they'll now play Person decks. Wow, that's such a weird name. Wow. Okay. However, even when you just cast this card's still pretty good. It has Storm and Bane. Storm and Bane is a very, very, very relevant keyword. It's a really nice, solid finisher for Control Blood, sort of, to sort of like replicate Zeus and whatnot. And it just has its own like aspect of like being able to play different ways. Like you can just accelerate it on 9 to go ahead and make like some like sizable board, consuming up all the like amulets and whatnot they've like played over the course of the game, or just like play the Storm version that's like good as well. Good card. I like it a lot. I think it's actually much better than people give it credit for. Next card, Vera, Night Fanatic. So Vera is a 2 mana 2/2, evolves into a 4/4. She's part of the cycle of two mana cost legendaries. So this one is a evolve until the start of your next turn. Give your leader the following effect: your leader cannot be damaged. This effect lasts until the swallow leaves the area, and then her other effect while evolved is until the start of your next turn. Subtract 2 from all damage dealt to the swallower. So this card is a very, very tanky girl. She can take a hit and keep on going. Now when evolved, She's basically like a massive Black Death, except like a super massive Black Death, because like you can take like 1 billion damage in one turn, and it would all be reduced to 0. Like she would literally just like let all of that just happen, and like nothing would happen to you. You'd be perfectly safe. Additionally, for her as a combat card, so for like for trading and whatnot, in order to one-shot Vera, you have to hit her for 6 or more in one instance of damage. So like from like one trade or from like one like spell. That's hard to do, at least not in the early game. So if you are trying to kill Vera in the mid game, you have to either hit her for 8. So yeah, you have to either hit her for 8 from 2. Sorry, not 8. You have to either hit her for 4 twice, which adds up to 8, or you have to hit her for 6 in order to kill her. Otherwise it's not efficient to kill her. You just have to like let her stay in play. That's sometimes pretty scary, just because like it's a 4/4 they just like can't kill, and that like enables them to do other things with the 4/4, right? So that's like pretty good. The other thing is that she also is kind of cute with that of Blood Drinker's brand, because this is actually a good brand target when you evolve her. So you evolve her, then you brand her. She takes 2, and then she goes and heals you for 4. Additionally speaking, if for some reason if for some reason she doesn't die in the trade, you then can heal for another 4, either during your next turn or the turn afterwards, where your opponent gets to trade into her, and that's a very strong thing. Just very solid card that just like helps you get onto the board, and it's basically like a soft ward, because your opponent can't hit you in the face, right? So very strong card. I like her a lot. Also, the artwork is fire, actual fire. Love it. Next card, Narumaya Ephemeral Blade. I keep wanting to call her Narumaya. I don't know why. Anyway, so Narumaya, 4 mana, 4/3, evolves into 6/5. Her base form has Bane. Her evolved form is destroy an enemy follower, deal damage to your leader until you're in vengeance. So basically, if you're not at 10, go to 10. If you're at 10, do nothing. That's a very strong effect. The reason why is because in her base form she has Bane, which is like you can't actually trade into her. Like you have to want to remove her with a 3 damage removal spell. But if you don't have that, you're gonna be very upset, right? And some of the 3 damage removal spells aren't in like all classes ubiquitously. Like for example, Rune doesn't have a 3 damage removal spell. Dragon doesn't have a 3 damage removal spell. Forest doesn't always have 3 damage removal spell, but Forest gets a pass because Forest can remove it, because Forest can like remove this card in other ways. And then like Portal doesn't always have 3 damage removal spell. Like so like versus like those classes, this card is gonna hit very hard and be very fucking obnoxious. Additionally, the other thing about this card is that while you have an Evo point, this card is permanently a soft ward for your opponent, because if they try to go ahead and go around it, boom, you now go ahead and evolve, get into vengeance, smack for 6, boom, Bob's your uncle. Your opponent's like taking some pain. So this card is gonna be very good. I definitely think you'll play it in. You might even You'll probably play this card in like aggro vengeance and things like that. You'll also probably play this card in mid range and as well as control blood. Well, I say mid-range, but like mid-range is just vengeance blood. But yeah, so definitely play this card across different archetypes, because the card is just very solid, like just very obnoxious creature. Like from personal experience, I can tell you a lot of times that, like when you have a buff core, because this is basically just buff core, except you don't get to draw cards, right? When you have like a buff core that's at full stats, it's very hard to trade into it, especially with this girl, just because like again, she can sometimes just be a 6/5. It's 6/5 just plays like saying hi, go ahead and answer me please, or if you don't answer me, it's a game. Yeah, and that's not a good feeling. Very strong card though. Next card, Jirta Blue. Oh, God, I hate this card so much. Jirta Blue. God damn it. Jirta Blilu. Yeah, Jirta Blilu, aka Jirta, because fuck saying that name multiple times. Anyway, so Jirta is a very strong card. It's a card for control blood. So this card is spam for enhanced 9. If your leader has 19 defense or less, this swallower's attack and defense become X equals 20 minus your leader's defense. So basically, the weaker you are, the more damage that this guy does. And then when this card is evolved, gain Storm if your leader has 2 defense or less. So basically, this is like a sudden death, like like last ditch, like final gambit, come out, Kamehameha or whatever, like type like bullshit, right? Where you can go ahead and reverse kill your opponent from a very incredible amount of like damage. Like it's crazy. Now obviously issues with the card. This card does nothing unless you have the enhanced 9, and unless you have or unless you're at 2, or sorry, unless you're at like 2 or below. Now, nice things about this card is that this card, back in the past, there was a sort of like play around for dealing with like blood. That if you're dealing with an aggressive blood, that the best thing for you to do would be to put them to exactly 2 or less HP. So this way, if they played like Razor Claw, they would die. But now, if you do that and you're in a slot to die anyway to this card, you're gonna die to this card. That's gonna be very, very funny and very upsetting. But this card's like still pretty cool. It's nice. It's a nice like control blood it's nice control blood type finisher. That rewards you for being very, very low. So not bad. Pretty cool card. Next card, Palmern, Earth's Blade, or Earth's Pride. I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it Earth's. It might be because of like it's a sword to cast. I don't actually know. Anyway, so this is a 6 mana 4/6 ward, and then one second. There we go. Let me unwind this a little bit. Okay. Oops. Anyway, so Palmern is a 6 mana 4/6 ward. It evolves into an 8/10. 8/10 is the last stat, so basically this dude gains +4/+4 on evolve. At the start of your turn when he's evolved, deal 3 damage to the followers. This guy is one of those cards, like, again, same thing like say like Narmaya. If you let this guy evolve into your face, you're going to lose the game. So you always have to kill this. It's like a very, very hard soft ward. So it's like a very, very hard ward. Oh, that makes sense. This guy can also just like evolve and kill big things for you in a pinch. Same like Narmaya. Same like say Emeralda and things like that. Although obviously this will cost you an evolve, and that's sometimes a very, very big deal. But again, this dude evolves into a unit. He kills a unit. He's just a very, very fat ward that kills any fighter. That kills like anything he fights in exchange. That's a big deal because you'll probably have to sack at least 2 units into this guy. That's not a fun feeling. So good card. Next card, Alexandrite Demon. Alexandrite Demon is a 2 mana 2/1. It evolves into a 4/3. It's fan for choose. Put either a Blazing Sapphire or a Blazing Ruby into your hand. So Blazing Sapphire is it's basically a blood pact. It's literally just blood pact, and then because Vampire draw 2 cards and last words deal 2 damage to your leader, so it's not bad. Blazing Ruby is Crimson Purge, so Vampire destroy an enemy follower, last words deal 2 damage to your leader. So the nice thing about the game is that like they is that damage is delayed, which means that like you can go ahead and you can actually like try to like play. Well, if cost reduction were a thing, a very, very interesting combo they could like do is you go ahead and like cost reduce like say person to then go ahead and play Vera, evolve Vera, and then go ahead and then like accelerate like all these things in play or whatever, right? That'd be kind of cute. I don't know if that would like work, but like that's like a really funny thing you can do. Additionally, you can use these per person as well as like accelerate things. In this case, you'll get a 5-drop. In the case of the Blazing Sapphire, you'll get a 3-drop. Now, obviously, a 5-drop is probably gonna be a little bit better for you than a 3-drop, but yeah, really cool card. It helps enable person combos. Now, the other nice thing about this card is that it's a 2-drop, so to kind of like fill the ever increasing void of 2-drops that are like rotating out from Bloodcraft. The other thing is that it gives you card draw as well. So this way you like don't have to feel as bad about the whole I don't really have card draw because I lost my Buffalo, right? Well, no, this card helps alleviate that issue. The nice thing about this card, additionally, is that if you say like you're going second, right? You're going second, right? You go ahead and you play this card. Then you go ahead and like play the draw. Then you go ahead and you play Narumaya. You then go ahead and evolve Narumaya on 4. So you go down to what is it? You go down to 8, I think. Yeah, you'll be at 8 next turn unless you take damage. This can like let you play Scarlet Sabreur again, and that's a very, very big deal because Scarlet Sabreur is one of those like it's a really, really good mid game card, and just being able to have that kind of curve going for you is like really nice. Now obviously the one issue about this card is that 1 HP is not good, because we're in a 1/3 format, so yikes. Oh, it also gets eaten alive by fairies as well. Fairies or 1/3s make this card really, really sad, but the card's really, really good. I expect to see a lot of it played. At least initially. I don't know how much play you'll see after that, but it's a pretty solid card. I think. I definitely think the card's good enough to see play. Next card, Restless Parish. Restless Parish is if you have at least 2 play points to choose, play this card as either Nightfall or Madness Revealed. Count down 1 Fanfare Oh, sorry. If you don't have the, if you choose not, if you choose just like this as a 0 cost, fanfare, deal 1 damage to your leader. Last word is draw a card. So the base form of this card is basically like an insight or like half of a blood pact. As you already know, blood pact is still a very good card. So having half of one for 0 cost is pretty good value, I think. Nightfall. Nightfall is countdown to 2 mana. At the end of your opponent's turn, summon a force bat. Getting a force bat is like not bad. It's not great though, but it's not bad either. But the issue is like, okay, what can I do with my force bats at the moment? There's nothing to do with force bats outside of like playing Old Blood King. But like this has anti-synergy with Old Blood King. 1, it takes up board space. 2, the bat that you get, it won't keep the +1/+0. So that's a yikes. Second form, Madness Revealed. Madness Revealed is a 2 mana fanfare, deal 4 damage to your leader. And then last words restore 8 to your leader. So this guy is gonna be very good with Bloody Mary and Unlimited. In rotation though, this card is very strong with that of Vera, because if you have Vera, you can go ahead and evolve Vera, play this card, take 0, and then next turn heal for 8. Strong, solid form of burst healing, because it's hard to stop either, because like it's the last word effect, so your opponent has to be able to banish this in order to stop you from healing. But then there's also still the issue of, oh, well, I have Vera now as well, right? So you still have to kill that. Very strong combo. But most times when you play this card is also good Jormungand support as well. So you can go ahead and like kill your Jormungand and then play this card as 0 cost, so go ahead and ping, draw some cards and things like that. Also good for Dark Feast Bat as well. So I think like most times when you see this card played, you'll be seeing it played for the 0 cost version. Additionally, the 0 cost version is also kind of nice because like it helps, well, the 0 cost version is nice. The 0 cost version would be nice if you can always choose to play it as a 0 cost. If you can't choose to play it as 0 cost, it's like less good. You could have always used that as like person, as things for person to go ahead and like abuse, but alas you cannot, so unfortunate. Next card, Devil's Hand. Devil's Hand is a 4 mana 3/4, evolves into a 5/6. Devil's Hand is a fanfare enhance 7, deals 2 damage to a random enemy follower, and give a random allied follower +2/+2. So as far as I know, random allied followers can't it means that you can't target this. So because you can't buff this, it makes this card like less good, because like most times you'll like play this card as like a getter removal effect and then not buff anything, because like, this will probably be the only creature you have in play. So it's like yikes, right? I'm not really sold on this card. I don't think it's that good. I definitely think it's a good arena card. I don't think it's a good constructed card though. So next card, Zeliek, the Curse Branded. So Zeliek is a 3 mana 4/2. Evolve, deal 1 damage to an enemy follower if Vengeance is not active for you. If Vengeance is active for you, deal 1 damage to all enemies. Deal 1 damage to all enemies if Vengeance is active for you. So basically, this card is like a weird Pazuzu sort of. Like it needs an evolve to do its ping, and yeah, it's like a good offensive stat line, but it's a really shitty defensive stat line. So I definitely think if I was gonna play this card, I would just like play Pazuzu, because Pazuzu has Bane. Yep, like, I don't know. And even then, like, Pazuzu still gets a lot of shit and doesn't see as much play as he should. But yeah, so I don't know. I'm not really sold on this. Crimson Desire, 3 mana spell, deal 2 damage to your leader or have 1 evolution orb. So again, as I said before when I covered the Runecraft one, gaining evolution orbs is a very big deal. Especially for Control Blood in particular, because like there are a lot of versions of Blood that really desperately want Evos. So like for example, Jormungand always wants Evos. Control Blood always wants Evos. Vengeance Blood can get away with not having the Evos, but you're probably gonna want Evos now that there's like less things for you to like play, and you probably have to go for a more like grindier play style. But yeah, card's good. Where was I? Next card, Bewitching Succubus. So Bewitching Succubus is 2 mana to evolve into a 4/4, pay for enhanced 4/7/2 force bats. This is a pretty strong effect. It's like basically it's like playing a Vayne and then like playing a Vayne and then like evolving it sort of. The 2-cost Vayne, I mean. However, that being said, like the Bat Blood still has a lot of like inherent issues with it. Like for example, there's no Night Horde. There's not enough things to do with your bats once you get it. So yeah, I don't know how much play this card will see. I mean, maybe it sees play in Old Blood King, because it's still pretty good for what it does. But yeah. Next card, Haven. So we're finally on to Haven. The first card for Haven is Garuda, Ruler of Storms. So 1, sick art, sick effect, sick name. So Garuda is a 9-mana 6/6 with Accelerate 1, subtract 1 from the countdown of an allied amulet, and then Fanfare, subtract 3 from the countdown of all allied amulets. Whenever an allied amulet is destroyed, deal 3 damage to the enemy leader. So this card is very, very strong, does a number of things, and so let's go ahead and get into it. So 1. So you might be thinking that the accelerate 1 effect is actually like worthless, but no, it's actually pretty good. It's like being half of a hollow dogma, except you don't draw a card. But the implications from being able to like possibly reduce the countdown of an amulet and play to 0 is a very, very big deal, at least for right now anyway. So for example, a common occurrence that I'll again like list out for you is like say going first, right? Then you have a Marcher's Tea Time pop on 5. Then you go ahead and you say next turn. You maybe say play maybe say if you have Summon Temple out, right? If you have Summon Temple out, you go ahead and you can fulfill the whole. Oh, I have 2 amulets in place. So you can go ahead and play Darkhand. Play Darkhand. Reduce the cost of the tea time to 1, then accelerate this card to put the tea time cost to 0. So you essentially get a 3/5 Bane and a 5/6 that'll go ahead and kill 2 units most likely. And then learning to play like Heavenly Knight the next turn. That's strong. Like that's one of those setups where like, oh, if you do that to someone, they don't come back from that. It's very, very similar to that of Tea Time Garuda in the past. Very, very strong combo. The next, so regarding the actual Fanfare itself, the subtract 3 and deal from all allied amulets, and then also whenever an allied amulet is destroyed, deal 3 to the enemy leader. So on average, what I expect to happen with this card is that you're gonna deal 6 to someone. So basically, have 2 amulets go down to 0. Now you might be thinking that's like kind of shitty, but if you think about it, or rather if you put it into proper perspective, Heavenly Knight, Summon Temple plus Heavenly Knight does 7 damage. This would do 6 damage. So this is basically saying that like you have extra copies of Heavenly Knight. So that's like good redundancy, I think. Just because like this is storm damage, or sorry, this is burn damage. This is not storm damage. This is like burn damage. Burn damage is also really good when your opponent's like trying to block you and whatnot. Because like Heavenly Knight is actually pretty easily blocked by wards. And this card can go around wards. If you like play a knight early and whatnot, and put your opponent on the back foot, then like on turn 8, set up some amulets. On turn 9, play this card. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Like the fact that this card can deal up to 12 damage is a not small amount. Although obviously, like I said, like most times will be dealing up 3 to 9. Not like 12. Although obviously, the fact that it could do 12 is a very, very big deal as well. So very, very strong card. I definitely expect this card to see play. Maybe it's just like a 2 of. Yeah, just because like this card is a 9-mana card, and obviously speaking, there are a lot of people who don't believe that you can get turn 9 or whatever as Haven. That's not true though, but you can. Yeah, cards good. I like the card a lot. Next card, De La Fee, Gem Princess. So De La Fee is a 6-mana 4/5 ward. Fanfare, give your leader the following effect. At the end of your turn, restore 1 defense to all allies. This effect does not stack and lasts for the rest of the match. So basically, you play this card, you get a 4/5 ward. And you also get to go ahead and have a permanent Pegasus sculpture for this match. That's really strong, I think. Simply just because, like, again, one damage or 1 health or things that say 1 or whatever are very, very anecdotal and have a lot of like usage. In the case of this though, as long as you heal your face like 3 times, you're probably fine, and this is probably good enough. It's also a ward though, which makes it like really good for aggro. Additionally, it's also something they can like pull from Aether and not feel awful about it, because it's a ward, right? It's a ward. And that's a very big key word to have. If it didn't have ward, this card would be like significantly less good. But it has ward, so that makes it kind of cool for me, I think. The artwork is also the artwork is also pretty nice, I think, as well. Oh, this is also good. This is obviously good Techno Shrine support as well. Just because now you get a permanent 2 damage from each of your Techno Shrines for free. Before anything else happens. This also has very, very strong White Fang synergy as well, simply just because like you can give your White Fang Temple 3 pops per turn now. So you get 1 pop at the start of the turn, 1 pop at the end of the turn. You get 1 pop for this, and then if you heal at all, you can possibly pop your thing in 2 turns as opposed to just 1 turn, as opposed to just like 3 turns or something like that. And that's a very, very big deal. Strong card indeed. Oh, you'll also probably play this card in Control Haven, I think. So that's a big deal as well. Next card, Themis' Purge. Themis' Purge is a banish card. So it's 8 mana, banish all ally, sorry, banish all followers. Not my followers, not your followers, all followers. So this card is pretty interesting. Right now, personally speaking, I think this card will go about the same way as like say Themis' Decree, and that like you'll tend to beat worse players with this, but versus better players, you're not gonna get as much mileage out of it. By that I mean like there are players that like when you play who just straight just like do not respect AOE at all. That play hard effect into Bahamut, play hard effect into like Frenzy Drake and things like that. Yeah. So versus those players, this card would be fucking ridiculous. But versus players who are like more like who are more patient and like restrained and whatnot, or I guess like more disciplined, this card will usually tend to be kind of like dead weight. It won't usually be like removing anything that's like good. Versus Haven though, sorry, versus Sword, this card is gonna be like great because like this card is banished, so it's kind of like one ups them. Even though they have protection from, even though they'll have like protection from AOE damage, they don't have protection from banish yet. So goodbye all of your stuff. Oh, Sky Fortress. Oh, nope. Goodbye. Be my good man. That's like kind of cool. But yeah, so basically how good the card is in the format is basically like how bad people are at playing around this card, pretty much. So versus good players, this card would be shitty. Versus bad players, this card would be a godsend, literally. Yeah. Next card, Holy Priest Lorena. So Holy Priest Lorena is 2 mana 2/2 plus before Fanfare. Choose put either a Lorena's Holy Water or Lorena's Iron Fist in your hand. The Holy Water is basically a monastic Holy Water, except for like 1 mana less. Not bad. Good tanker strength support. Lorena's Iron Fist. This is actually the version that I think you'll see a little bit more often. Iron Fist is basically 2 mana, deal extinction enemy follower, X equals attack of the strongest ally follower in play. So basically, a lot of times this will be doing about 4 to 5 damage, maybe sometimes a little bit more. This card has some like very like nice like anecdotal usage, and like it helps the whole what the fuck does Haven do when they run out of heroes, right? This is a very strong thing. Just like you can evolve the base form of this card to kill something, and then just like hold the 2-cost card in your hand, and then use like the 2-cost card later. Like for example, an interesting scenario that I could like list out for you is like say having a Carapace and a T-Time and a Marcher's T-Time out, or a Carapace and a Marcher's T-Time Amulet out, and then going and playing Darkhand on 7 to pop both that and then this, and then also go ahead and play up the Lorenas to go ahead and clear up not 1, not 2, but 3 creatures in the same turn. It's a very, very strong swing turn. The card's pretty good for that reason, I think. It's also really good to just like again like play it when you go for like your like either turns. So like on like say turn 8 or turn 9 or whatever. That's pretty good. Next card, Sophia Pious Pilgrim. Sophia Pious Pilgrim is basically like it's 3 mana 2/3 evolves. Randomly summon a copy of an ally follower that has been destroyed during this turn. So I don't like this card because it says random. So like it well, it says random, but it's not really random because like you get to choose what dies first most times. But in an event where you cannot choose what dies most first, that makes this card a little bit worse. Additionally, this card is kind of a cheese card, sort of like I say Erd for Mordecai. And that like the biggest one that I guarantee that everyone thought of when they think of this card is that what if I revive my Tutankhamun? So if you revive Tutankhamun, yes, it's a very strong high roll. They can like on turn 7, which is very, very disgusting because it's very, very hard for your opponent to do multiple Tutankhamun in the same turn. So yeah. So when you can do that, yeah, you'll get to win games that way. But if you cannot do that, this card will feel shitty because this card literally has no other properties outside of being cheesy as fuck. So yeah. Next card, Prism Swing. So Prism Swing is 3 mana, deal 4 to an enemy follower, put a Holy Line Crystal into your hands. This is actually Holy Line Crystal support. So this does actually work very, very well for Holy Line Crystal decks because like what you can do is on turn 5 you can go ahead and play Prism Swing, then play Crystal if you like. If that's your 4th crystal, you're good to go. Or sorry, that's like your 3rd or 4th crystal. You're good to go. You're good to like start getting that nice like chain of holy lines going. So this card will significantly boost the viability of that deck. Now personally, I don't want to see that deck become like fully like like meta defining dominating or anything like that. Just because like it's not a fun deck to play against. It's not at all. Like, and I know that like obviously like decks aren't supposed to be like fun to play against, but this is like a very it's a not fun. Like it's significantly not fun to play against it because like you have to play significantly differently than you would otherwise, and it's not a fun feeling. Next card, Father Punishment. Father Punishment is a 1/1, evolves into a 1/1, evolve the straight enemy follower or amulet. So I don't think this card is good. Well, let's something clarify. The effect of this card is good. the class that it went to is less good. So obvious issues with the card is that like it's going to Haven. Haven has a lot of very good evolves. Like for example, there's Lorena, there's Cudgel, there's Tea Time, there's Darkened, and all of these things are very tried and proven like evolve effects. This guy is not. The obvious things about this guy is that like he does have exactly one aspect where he's actually better to evolve than any of those other guys, and that is versus dragons, specifically versus Feline. It can help you play around Feline spells by avoiding having your creatures take damage. However, you evolve to get a 1/1, 1/1 that can't make trades, so like you can't get any like 2/1 action, right? That's not good. That's not good at all. Next card, Angelic Idol, 5 mana, 5/5. Ward can't attack. Evolve the Spoiler if an allied amulet is destroyed during your turn, and then when it evolves, he can't attack. So it's not bad. So this guy is a nice evolve. It's a nice evolve sort of effect. Now the obvious issue about this card is that like you need to pop the amulet on your turn. So you can't just like pop it on your opponent's turn. So you either just like play this as like a 5/5 ward that can maybe start like attacking next turn possibly. But yeah, like as a ward, this card's solid. As actually being offensive and whatnot, this card's like less good because you can't actually decide whether or not you're gonna trade with this card unless you're playing like say Hollow Dog mode, which means that you're probably playing this card on 7 and whatnot. That's kind of yikes. The card's still a very solid board. I definitely expect this card to play just because it is really good at like hosing aggro, so it's not bad. Next card, Bashful Owl Mirage. Bashful Owl Mirage is a 3 mana 2/3, evolves into a 4/5. Fanfare, enhance 5, gain +2/+0, gain ambush until the end of your opponent's turn. At the end of your turn, restore 2 defense to the Spoiler. So this card is very strong. This card is a card that like I think we'll see a lot more play in Unlimited. Just because like Unlimited has say Moon Owl Mirage as well. So you can play this and then play Summit Temple and then do up to 10 damage in one turn. Maybe even like 12 damage in one turn, something like that. That's like very strong, I think, for me personally. For constructed rotation, this card is still pretty good, but obviously the issue with this card is that like there isn't an immediately offensive Haven deck in constructed rotation, and that like yes some Temple is like aggressive and whatnot, but some Temple is also kind of like slow to start up just because like they only smash through all of their damage if they're making like say hind plays or say plays involving amulets and not plays like say this, so kind of a big deal. This card is a very nice card. Just like you can play it on the 5 and then to deal 6 damage the turn afterwards. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Or hell, even 7 damage if you have an evolve and summon Temple out. It's like not good. Or sorry, it's like not bad. Card's pretty solid. I like it a lot. Haven, Priest of the Wind. Haven is basically a Snake Priestess, except he has the ability to evolve and hit for much harder than Snake Priestess. So if in the event that like Haven gets a way to gain evolve points back, this card would be good. If they don't, this card would be kind of shitty, just because like Snake Priestess is kind of shitty. So Sealed Tome. Sealed Tome is a 0 cost. You have at least 2 play points. Choose play this card as either Sacred Teachings or Forbidden Teachings, and then count down 1. Last words, draw a card. Oh, sorry. Yeah, count down 1. Last words, draw a card. So this card is the base form is already pretty good. It's basically like being a delayed insight. The 0 cost form is also good for that one card that we mentioned before. The one like 5/5 ward dude. This is good for him because it means that he'll get to evolve next turn. Alright, so for the Sacred Teachings, 2 mana, last words, summon Holy Falcon. So this is not bad. So getting the Holy Falcon is very good, even if you have to pay more. Well, probably even if you have to pay more mana for it, just because like again, Holy Falcon is part of the whole like really good like Stormhaven archetype. So like because getting a way to get that back into rotation is like not bad. Now how good this will be, I don't know. Although it's not bad with Garuda. Like with Garuda, you can possibly say you can make your Garuda spike for even harder. So if you say you play this and then play maybe say Black Crystal or whatever, that's like your Garuda now suddenly does 6. Your Garuda for 2 amulet suddenly does 10 damage. That's gross. It's not bad. Nice burst finisher. The next one, Forbidden Teachings. Forbidden Teachings is 2 mana, countdown 1. Last words, draw 2 cards. Give your leader the following effect. Followers can't be played. The spec lasts until the start of your next turn. This card is a really bad card. Like for a while, what I thought this card was is that this card that would be like that both you and your opponent can play cards. If that was true, this card would be broken as fuck. But because you yourself can't play cards, why would you play this card over one of the other many options of draw cards that Haven has, right? So you'll probably almost never take this option. Like I think like the only times they'll ever take this option is if you just like. Actually, no. There's really no way that you'd ever take this option unless you just like desperately need the cards, except for like a Garuda lethal. So yeah. All right, and that concludes the Shadowcraft, Bloodcraft, and Havencraft. So really quickly, cards that I think are like kind of defining for each one is Person, Vera, Narumaya. Like those three are like very, very strong. I highly expect you to like run into those like multiple times. Garuda, Delefi, Holy Priestess, or sorry, Holy Priestess of Lorena. Like that's also pretty good as well. And then for the Shadowcraft, it's like let me scroll all the way back to the beginning. Mordecai definitely, Plague City somewhat. Fiendish, Wraith Knight, yeah. Oh, also there was one other one for Shadowcraft. This one as well. Yeah, good card. Yeah. So definitely expect to run into this some number of times. As those I think are like the standouts for this like set. So yeah. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.